Just what you're looking for. Basil, just what you're looking for.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Scott. I'm an internet consultant over here at Basil Resale Sheridan. And today we're going to be talking about waxing a car and just keeping it clean in general. I mean, you want to keep your car fresh. You want to keep it always looking clean. So this is one of our first videos of how to. I'm going to hand this over to Dave. Dave's one of our detailing managers here at Basil, and he will go ahead and explain, how to properly maintain a car.
How you guys doing? Basically, it doesn't matter what kind of car soap you use. You can use any kind of car soap. It really doesn't matter. What you want to do is you want to start off by spraying the car and getting it wet and such. And the first thing you want to do is you want to get a wash mitt that looks something like this. Now, a lot of people use brushes too, but I recommend a wash mitt because it works a lot better. And when it's used with your hand, you get a lot more surface area clean. After you get a soapy solution, you can use any kind of soapy solution. The soap really doesn't matter at all. This is the pink stuff we use from a company called Wellworth. And what you do is you put it in a bucket, or you can just put a little bit on the rag like this, just like that. You can just even squirt it on the hose so it lathers up, and it's good for the entire wash of the car. It's really no special technique. If you want to get really advanced, you can use something called clay bar. Now this stuff is kind of hard to find, and there it goes, dropped on the ground, but you really don't want to do what I just did right there, because if you drop it on the ground, you kind of want to replace it, only if it gets real dirty. Basically, the clay bar, it looks like it's either gray, and it looks like silly putty, kind of like Play-Doh. It could be gray, or it could be purple, and if you touch it, you can see that it bends, just like Play-Doh. This stuff right here in this box is about $30, so it's kind of pricey, but it's used on a professional level. When you use clay bar, you want to make sure that the surface of the car is completely soapy and wet, and it takes off any kind of rust spots. If you have a white vehicle, you'll see little orange dots around your vehicle, and if you have tree sap, you can use that also to get it off. Basically, what happens is your paint starts oxidizing from the sun, from the air, etc., and it feels kind of sandy and gritty to the feel. Clay bar completely eliminates that. This is something that not a lot of people do, such as like Delta Sonic. They don't do it. This is more for like on a professional level. But you can do this. You can do this yourself at home. You can get this online too. A company called Clay Magic. It's called the Eraser Bar. It's basically just a surface preparation bar. Another thing you can do, contrary to popular opinion and belief, is you can use lacquer thinner. This stuff is great for tree sap. If you have tree sap on your vehicle or any kind of bug or debris or tar, it eliminates that and it won't damage your paint surface. What you can sometimes use is an all-purpose lacquer thinner or just an automotive finish lacquer thinner. This is the stuff that you use when you're mixing paints, when you're getting ready to thin out the paint for a car. That's what they call lacquer thinner. You just simply put it a little bit on a rag, and then you just wipe over it like that, and it just takes it off, and it dries and evaporates almost immediately. The next thing that we do, after you wash your car, and you clay bar it, and you dry it, is you can wax it. Now, basically, this is one of my biggest fortes, so to speak. We use something called Meguiar's Gold Classic Carnauba Plus, and this works pretty well. As you can see, I just waxed and buffed this vehicle. As you can see, it glistens. Another wax that I really recommend is something called Wellworth's Race Wax or 3M products. 3M products are very, very good to use. Basically, with this wax, all you do is you take the applicator pad right here. You just simply, as you can see, the wax is just a paste-like substance. There is also liquid types of wax too. You just put your applicator pad into there, and you do a small little surface area like that. You want to work by maybe like a 3-foot by 3-foot surface area at a time, because what's very important, if you put the wax on a car after the car has been running, and this is very, very important actually, the wax can actually like burn onto the surface of the paint and cause swirl marks, which need to be buffed out. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the hood is at room temperature, cool to touch. Then a good thing to do would be letting the wax dry to a haze. And that's when we have our microfiber towel. These are microfiber towels. You can get these at any store. You can get them at Kmart even, Walmart, any car place store. They're not hard to find at all. After it dries up a little bit, all you do is you simply just take it off in a circular motion like that. And you wax does the job for you. Like, right there. One more thing I can touch on is this. This is called a heavy cut cleaner rubbing compound. Rubbing compound is good when you have surface scratches that are not past the clear coat. If someone dragged their key across the car and cut through the paint, then you obviously need touch-up paint or a new paint job. But what you do is you just do the same thing. You apply a little bit on the applicator pad. I'm not going to do it right now because this car was just buffed. And then you just rub it into the crack, into the scratch of the car. Or you can use a high-speed buffer, which we can probably get into it another time. After that, you would take it off the same way with a microfiber towel and then wax your car again. It's basically a petroleum distillate, so it works very good. Other than that, one thing I can show you to wrap up the video, preparing your car for winter, you can use something called undercoating. This undercoating is a silicone-based product, and all you got to do is simply just spray it. Now, I'm only doing a little section, but you want to make sure that you tape up your car. You want to make sure you use masking tape over the wheel well and on the outside perimeter as well, so the rubber silicone doesn't get on the paint. But this is good for wintertime. It helps prevent rust, and it also helps quiet the noise of the car. So that's basically it.